YouTube, your girl is back. This is Nigeria, and I'm back with another commentary video. Thank you all so much for joining me again here today. I am back still from the sick bed, y'all. I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I have came to talk about what has been going on in these YouTube streets today. Before we get started talking about what's been going down in these YouTube streets, stop what you're doing and subscribe. I have been getting a lot of overwhelming support on my last video. I want to thank everybody. Let's just keep that thing going. Keep that thing going. So you guys, today we are talking about what went down in these YouTube streets last night. If you was up late at night like I was watching Jocelyn's Cabaret actually, so we're gonna get into that in another video. But and I noticed that Strongmommy Chrissy and my Jazzy Life was arguing on live, y'all. They were live and they was going in. They were going in. So we're going to get into some things and we're going to talk about it and get some perspective going today. So basically, now, there is a sector on YouTube of mommy channels, people who do mommy vlogs, people who show the life of being a mom, a wife, having multiple kids. And so that is the sector that Strongmommy Chrissy and My Jazzy Life falls into. Now, they have a long history on YouTube. They have been the topic of a lot of people's conversation because, you know, just like other people who live their daily life on YouTube, there has been some scrutiny and some criticism of how they live their life. So to get more, if you don't know who they are, if you want to get more background on them, you're gonna have to just put their name in because it's a lot of stuff that has went down. But for the most part, a little bit of background just for people who may not know who these people are. Strongmommy Chrissy and My Jazzy Life, they both are YouTubers, mommy vloggers that had a long friendship on the platform. So a couple of years ago, Strongmommy Chrissy and My Jazzy Life and two other YouTubers, the Realityofming and this lady named Livslife, they all joined together to, you know, do mommy content and to help uplift each other and teach other people how to be successful on YouTube. And they formed what was called the Mommiana Gang. The Mommiana Gang, they basically, you know, came onto the platform, they collabed on lives, they did master classes teaching people how to do YouTube, and they were really all trying to join together and be on some women empowerment, let's help another, you know, each one teach one. They were trying to be helpful to other YouTubers, right? So from that, a friendship formed, right? Naturally, we're going to be working together, a friendship formed, and you know, My Jazzy Life and Strongmommy Chrissy, they formed a very close bond, along with Realityofming and Liv's Life. The girls decided to take a trip, I don't know if this was like last year or year before last, so I may not have the time frame right, but it happened a while ago. They all took this big trip to Houston. Strongmommy Chrissy, she now lives in Houston, but she didn't always live there, but she was thinking about moving to Houston, moving her family there. So they took a trip and they linked up and they just wanted to have like a meet and greet and just bond and vibe. Well, that trip went to hell, okay, you guys? It went to hell, okay, a while ago. And this lady named Liv's Life, who was a part of the whole mommiana crew, she pretty much exposed everybody. She accused everybody on the trip of doing cocaine, okay, cocaina. She said some foul things about them. She talked about some unladylike things they were doing on the trip. She really tried to make everybody on the trip look bad. So as you can see, you know, that situation really kind of put a big dagger in the whole Mommiana Gang movement, and everything started to go downhill from there. The Ming was very upset with Liv's Life. She ripped her a new one. She tore her up. Strongmommy Chrissy came. She tore her up too. She defended herself. She took drug tests to prove she had not done cocaine. CPS came to Strongmommy Chrissy's house and, you know, threatened to take her kids. It was all type of stuff going on off of this group that they had formulated. So as you can see, everyone kind of had to disperse themselves from Live Life and they had to move on, but they still tried to keep the Mommiana name alive. They still did lives together, Jazzy, Chrissy, and Ming. They still did master classes. They still did content and they tried to keep the momentum going even after all the drama. And I'm giving you all this background because that ties into what went down last night. So fast forward, recent times, Strong Mommy Chrissy, you know, she has kind of changed her content. She's not as controversial as she used to be. She's not as much of a hot mess as she used to be. So she's really been seen in a positive light here on YouTube. Ming has been doing her thing on YouTube, you know, with her content. But my Jazzy Life, you know, she has been getting drugged all through these YouTube streets, all through the YouTube streets. Also, side note, when everybody kind of separated themselves from Live Life because of all of her nasty allegations, my Jazzy Life took it upon herself to forgive Liv's Life for saying that they all did cocaine together. She decided to forgive her, and she decided to still stay cordial with Liv's Life, even though Liv's Life continued to be nasty and shady, and Liv's Life continued to instigate stuff all the time. My Jazzy Life still decided to be cool with Liv's Life, and she still decided to, you know, try to quote unquote be neutral. But like I said, Strong Mommy Chrissy and Jazzy still, you know, they still maintain a friendship. Ming, she still maintained a friendship with both of them. Everything seemed to be going cool and copacetic. Everybody seemed to be moving in a new direction. Jazzy has, you know, she was the only one still getting dragged on YouTube, still, you know, kind of living her life in a way that's not really progressive. That's what the public opinion thinks. And she's pretty much, Jazzy's still the one that gets dragged the most. And while everyone else has kind of progressed and moved on. And, you know, the public from the outside looking in started to question the genuineness of Jazzy's loyalty to Chrissy and Ming. And they really started to kind of really pick and really be curious about, you know, is Jazzy really a good fit for the group? Is she contributing anything? Is she loyal? Is she really down like she says she's down? Because, you know, everyone else is moving on and being positive. Jazzy is still kind of over here entertaining the shade from Liv. She still kind of is flip-flopping. That's what the public feels. And so everyone is kind of giving Jazzy and Chrissy's relationship the side eye because they were the closest at one point. So for a long time, Chrissy kept it classy. People would come on the live and ask about Jazzy. Chrissy maintained that everything was cool with her and Jazzy. You know, but you could tell that there was, you know, a little bit of tension there. You could tell that behind the scenes, it was a one-sided friendship between Chrissy and Jazz. And it was more so of, it was looking like Chrissy was kind of trying to distance herself from Jazz. It was looking like Chrissy wasn't feeling Jazz, wasn't hearing from Jazz. But really, behind the scenes, it never really set right with Chrissy that Jazz still continued to befriend Liv after all the cocaine allegations and after all they had been through. So as you can see, they tried to maintain a good cordial friendship for the public, or just because they had grew so close of a bond, but eventually they just drifted apart. So that brings us to what happened more recently. So like I said, Jazz gets dragged a lot with the reaction channel. She gets dragged 4/5 a lot. There are several channels that dedicate to picking apart her every move and dragging her. And like I said, I don't really watch her. I don't really agree with picking apart someone's personal life. As I said before, you know, everybody makes mistakes and no one is human. Some people do certain things that are worthy to be talked about at certain times. But for the most part, I don't watch her enough to really say if people dragging her is warranted or not. But she gets dragged a lot. And one of the people that that talks about her a lot and gives a lot of commentary on her, decided to give Strong Mommy Chrissy her props, because Strong Mommy Chrissy, like I said, she has really taken a turn on a more positive note. I mean, she has really cleaned her channel up. Like, she used to be full of mess. She used to be full of drama. She used to always have something going on. And I mean, I could say really just over watching her over the past year, she has really been low-key raising her kids, just doing the dang thing with 9 kids. She's really been doing a good job. And so a reaction channel decided to give Chrissy her flowers. They decided to say, hey, you know what? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of, you know, the growth. And they decided to tell her happy birthday and just really give her some positive affirmations. This reaction channel, her name is Sofa Time Talk with Kales. I think she's awesome. She does a pretty good job on commentary. And so she was just basically just giving Chrissy her props. But let's keep in mind, this is the channel that does drag the hell out of Jazzy. Okay, I'm gonna be real. Sofa Time Talks with Kales, she gonna drag Jazzy. She's gonna rip her a new one. And so Chrissy came into and accepted her flowers. She accepted the compliments from this reaction channel, and that really sent My Jazzy Life over the edge, because she felt like, well, wait a minute, this lady done talked about me every day. She dragged me consistently, and you coming up in here being buddy with her. You coming up in here saying thank you. And I mean, I could see where Jazzy's coming from. I could see why that would look like, well, wait a minute, are you my friend or not? But what Jazzy has to realize is that's kind of the same thing you did when Liv accused Chrissy and all of you all of being on cocaine and having one night stands. You kind of really never really got upset about it. You kind of just, you know, forgave her, and y'all was buddy, and these women could have potentially lost their kids and could have had real problems in their household because of the allegations. So where you're, you know, it's understandable that, you know, you would feel some type of way because Chrissy, you know, is now cordial with someone who drags you every day. It's understandable that could be pretty annoying and frustrating, but at the same time, you have to look at the dynamics of your friendship. You know, was the friendship gonna last anyway if you are still going to be friends with someone who has made some serious allegations and told a lie on your friend? So instead of getting mad at Chrissy and lashing out at her, you know, sit back and evaluate the friendship and ask yourself, you know, was this ever my friend? Was I ever interested in a friendship with her? Was this friendship beneficial to me? And what reason am I truly hurt? Am I hurt because Chrissy is over here buddy with this person? Or am I hurt because now this is gonna put everybody else even further against me? Am I really concerned about the friendship that me and Chrissy have? Or is this pretty much just embarrassing? And in my opinion, I felt like from what I have watched, you know, over time with Chrissy and Jazzy, I think that Jazzy doesn't really, you know, I don't think that the friendship between her and Chrissy was that deep. I think she's just one of those go with the flow type of people. I think that she's like a go with the wind type of person. I don't think she was that invested in the friendship with her and Chrissy, because if you were that invested with the friendship with you and Chrissy, then I don't see how you can, you know, kind of be kikiing with someone who could potentially have gotten this girl's kids taken. So I think that more so Jazzy was just embarrassed, because now this is just another thing that people are going to use to throw in her face and say, well, aha, that's why Chrissy has made up with the reaction channel that is bashing you. Because, you know, like I said, Jazzy does get a lot of heat. She does get a lot of bashing. And so, you know, and people always, you know, praise Chrissy, and they tell Chrissy how good she's doing, and they applaud Chrissy for the change that she's made. And I think that really bothers Jazzy, because it's like, you know, this is just another thing on my plate. And it's understandable how she feels. So the drama spirals out of control, you know, because from that, I'm assuming that Jazzy and Chrissy, they have some words behind the scenes. And then Jazzy also has another side collaboration going on with some other young women who are trying to get into the whole YouTube thing. They're trying to blow their channels up. So she is collaborating with some women who are also kind of going online, and they're kind of shading Chrissy and me. They're kind of like, you know, the reaction channel made a comment about, you know, hey, these new girls that Jazzy is linking up with, they're trying to be just like the mommiana gang was before. The new girls are like, ugh, we would never, don't associate us with Strong Mommy Chrissy them. And so that turns into a whole argument. Now, in my opinion, that really wasn't that serious to make a big deal about. I mean, it was shade. It definitely was. Strong Mommy Chrissy and me got pretty upset about that shade coming from Jazzy's new friends or whatever, because they feel like, you know, y'all were the same girls that were in our DMs taking our classes, trying to get shout outs from us, and now that y'all done linked up with Jazzy, and y'all probably know that she feels some type of way with Chrissy, y'all want to start coming for us. So that sparked a whole nother argument, and that spiraled out of control. And because that turned into a separate argument, and there was already tension between Jazzy because Chrissy had, you know, been kind of cordial with someone who was bashing her. It led Chrissy to have to come out and do a live, and Chrissy just basically was honest about the friendship with her and Jazzy, and she finally came out after about a year of everybody speculating and asking questions. She kind of came out and admitted, like, hey, you know, me and Jazzy, we just aren't that cool anymore, you know. And it was primarily because of Jazzy's new man. Now, sidebar, Jazzy does have a man, and you know how some people have significant others and everybody can kind of tell that this person is not good for them just because of the mannerisms and the behaviors that they display. Jazzy kind of has a type of situation going on. She's kind of in a situation where her dude appears to be a no good ninja, and we don't know if he is or not because, I mean, we don't live with her, right? So we can't really definitely say whether he is or isn't a no good dude, but he gives corny vibes from what I've seen. He ain't for her vibes, but who are we to judge, right? So I'm not gonna get too deep into that. But Chrissy admitted that, you know, there have been strains in the friendship. You know, Jazzy, you know, still being cool with Liv definitely was a big strain, but she tried to fight through. She also said that she felt the friendship was very one-sided, and she didn't like Jazzy's new man. So that kind of led them to disperse. And Jazzy felt betrayed that Chrissy came out and spoke on it. But here's my opinion on that. When you build a public relationship with somebody, it's you can't just fall out with that person and you are a public figure and expect to never speak on it. And I get it, like, we're still human. Everybody deserves some privacy. And when you have a personal relationship with somebody, you don't have to come on social media and air them out or dog them out or give everybody all y'all tea or what happened. But I think that it is beneficial to speak on it, because for over a year now, every time we get in Chrissy's live, everybody is questioning the friendship. Everybody's asking you about the friendship. The friendship is clearly strained. We can see it as viewers. And so I feel like I don't blame Chrissy for just kind of clearing it up. And Chrissy was very respectful. She did not spill any of Jazzy's tea. She did not call Jazzy out her name. She did not shade Jazzy. She simply just told the viewers, hey, look, you know, you guys were somewhat right. You know, the relationship has not been the same. It's been strained. I tried, but we're just not friends anymore, and that's okay. But like I said, Jazzy took that the wrong way. She went live. You know, she was very, very upset. You know, she, you know, said that Strongmommy Chrissy was just she tried to make it sound like she was being selfish, and she was just like, you know, she didn't feel the need to, you know, come out and, you know, be a loyal friend to Strongmommy Chrissy or publicly declare or defend Strongmommy Chrissy in the situation with the other girls throwing shade, because she didn't know where they stood. She didn't know where they stood, and she was kind of feeling some type of way. There was a lot of shady things that were going on behind the scenes, and she felt like Chrissy, you know, wasn't being all the way 100 with her either. And so it just turned into a big mess. Ming also chimed in, and she also put in her 2 cents, because like I said, she was a part of the mommiana gang as well, and Ming and Chrissy are still very close friends. And Ming also felt some type of way about Jasmine because, you know, she noticed that Jasmine has shady ways. She's co-signing people who are being shady towards Chrissy and Ming. And she also, once again, was still chopping it up with Liv when Liv was making these heinous allegations. So that's pretty much the bulk of what happened. You know, Jazzy went live. You know, she kind of was like, you know, Chrissy got her messed up. You know, she kind of slick threatened and kind of put some of Chrissy's business out there, but it didn't go that far. Chrissy had to go back live, and she was like, girl, what you on? I wasn't even disrespectful to you. Like, what's really going on here? And it kind of blew up, you know, it kind of became a big thing. But the overall opinion that I have on it is, Jazzy, you know, this is why is it important to look at things for the principle and not just for what they are. I think Jazzy does not understand that, you know, you wouldn't be feeling any way about Chrissy. None of the strain would have never happened had you done the right thing when your friend was lied on and accused of being on drugs when she wasn't. When someone maliciously sat on the internet and put your friend in a position where she could have had her children taken away from her, or there was the disruption in her home because of the allegations of someone else. And you never really held Liv's life accountable for that. You know, we're grown, right? And you don't have to beef with someone just because your friend don't like them. You don't have to be puff your chest out, and you don't have to be rah-rah. But you can stand for what's right and what's wrong. And if someone lies on my friend and says that my friend is doing cocaine and my friend is doing this and doing that, and it's putting my friend in the position where her motherhood is being questioned, when she is already taking so much heat on YouTube already because she has so many children and people are always questioning her parenting, I just can't rock with you. We ain't got a beef because you and my friend beefing, but no, I'm not about to keep joining your lives. I'm not about to keep being cordial with you. I'm not about to keep being cool with you. I really have nothing to say to you, because not only did you lie on Chrissy, you said that I did it too. Keep in mind, guys, Liv's life said that all of them did cocaine together, so she also included Jazzy. And Jazzy's stance is, well, Chrissy, I can't hold a grudge. I can't hold a grudge. I'm sorry I didn't hold a grudge. Well, then that means that maybe the friendship between you and Chrissy was just not going to work then, and you need to be okay with that. Because if you can't stand for something, it doesn't mean holding a grudge, but if you can't hold a liar accountable for lying on you and everybody else, then you don't deserve to still be able to have a genuine friendship, because it's not going to be genuine because you're co-signing a lie by not holding that person accountable. I'm back, y'all. I had to take a lunch break real quick. My food came, but yes, but like I was saying, it's really unfortunate that Jazzy and Chrissy fell out, and I kind of know I went back to the Liv life situation that was kind of old, but that's pretty much the undertone of why, you know, Jazzy, it was hard for Chrissy and Jazzy to kind of see eye to eye in this situation, because Jazzy is now mad at Chrissy essentially for not standing up for what's right and not, you know, taking her side and not, you know, standing firm against someone who is coming at her. But Jazzy, you really can't do that, because you did not do that when it was your turn to stand firm and stand on something and not associate with someone who was dogging your friend. So you really can't ask Chrissy to now in turn do the same for you. And Chrissy is not by no means trying to be this reaction lady's friends. Chrissy is not teaming up with this reaction lady. Chrissy just simply was saying, hey, look, I have gotten bashed for so long. Somebody came through to give me some props. I just accepted my props. I mean, me and you already ain't even cool. Me and you already kind of had parted ways, and we'd already kind of, our friendship had kind of fizzled off. So why are you on 10 upset with me now because it was cordial with someone who talks about you? But like I said, it's an unfortunate situation. I hope they can work it out. Chrissy has since made an apology video for her rant. This happened last night. This video may not get posted. Today is what day is it's Monday. This happened Sunday night, so this video may not get posted exactly on time, but it did happen last night. But since then Chrissy has she has definitely came out. She's apologized. She does not want to be involved in the drama. She's trying to clean her channel up. So Chrissy has since apologized. Really haven't heard much from Jazzy, but of course everyone's buzzing about it. But for the most part, like I said, I feel like this is why it's important to go ahead and tackle issues head on. Don't let things fester and fester. And this goes for Jazzy and Chrissy. When Jazzy continued to be friends with Liv after all of those allegations, it should have been nipped in the bud right then and there whether you all were going to continue the friendship or not. Because now, over a year later, something else has happened, and now the truth has really been revealed about how you all really feel about each other and why the friendship didn't last. But this really could have been nipped in the bud a long time ago. So when you're making friends on this social media platform, you know, you got to stand for what's right. You got to, you know, be on the side of, you know, what's morally the right thing to do. And, you know, it's unfortunate that people have to choose sides, but, you know, you can't expect someone to be ride or die for you and have your back, Jazzy, if you couldn't do it when it was your turn to do it for Chrissy. But like I said, I hope they can get it together. That was just my spiel on. I'm sorry if I left anything out. Like I said, I'm sorry. I really don't follow Jazzy or Chrissy to the T to get into all the specific details, because it's a lot of stuff that happened. Like Ming did a whole 3-hour live and she kind of got out her frustrations about Jazzy. But the big question on everybody's mind for a long time was, is Jazzy and Chrissy friends? And so I just want to touch on that. It's finally been confirmed that they're not friends, and you know, this is why. But thank you all for watching this video. Stay tuned for my next topic. Next, we're going to talk about Jocelyn Cabaret. And if you all have any more suggestions about what I should talk about, let me know down in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave. See y'all later.